your mud flaps, your stickers, your lights.
What kind of stickers?
These are DOT stickers.
Uh-huh.
Not bent, broken, cracked, or missing.
They're clean, clear, and working all the time.
And clean and clear.
And then the DOT bar.
My DOT bar is not bent, dent, cracked, broken, or missing, and securely mounted.
Yeah.
My license plate's not bent, dent, cracked, broken, or missing, and securely
It's
mounted.
the light. You're gonna have a light.
My light is not bent, dent, cracked, broken, or missing, and securely mounted and operating.
And you don't have to say anything about the
glad hands or this or that.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
Okay.
Nope.
So the only thing
Mhm.
was something that I didn't actually hear was a light.
Oh yeah.
So if it's not there, do we have to mention?
If my truck has a light, it's
Okay,
not cracked
bring it.
broken. Yeah, bring it up.
Bring it. Okay. And my flaps, not there's no abrasions, bubbles, or cracks. 4 inches from the ground.
If you forget, you could say properly distanced from the ground up and properly distanced from the tire to the mud flap. Yeah. Properly distanced.
So we leave the rear tire, and then we go to our mud flap. Not there's no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts.
Properly distanced.
Properly mounted, and 4 inches from the ground.
Yep, 4 inches from the ground up and properly distanced from the tire to the.
So bring it properly distanced from the rear tire to the mud flap. Then you bring it around. Boom. You talk about your lights first.
Red tail lights.
Yeah,
to
red
the back.
tail lights.
Not cracked.
Cracked, didn't broken
or damaged, always
not
working.
chipped, always working, securely mounted. And then you bring it into your DOT stickers and then your DOT bumper. That's I would now inspect my right side.
I'll check my tractor and trailer on the right side.
I would now inspect my tractor and trailer on my right side as I would.
I'll check that side like I
on my
did
left
this
side.
side. Yeah.
I'll check this side of the trailer the same way I check this side.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple. Boom, I would check this side as I would check that side.
Yep.
With a little more detail behind it. Right? So boom, boom, bring it to the lights, bring it to the DOT sticks, and then your DOT bumper.
Yeah, the
Your license
DOT
plate.
bar is right here.
Yeah, your DOT bumper. And your
DOT
DOT
bar.
stickers.
DOT stickers properly distanced from each other, properly wrapped. It goes around our trailer.
Properly wrapped around, clean, clear, not ripped or broken, secured.
So when you
And
say you're
not bent, dented, cracked, broken, or missing. Properly secured.
Yeah, the
Light,
question.
not bent,
So when
dented,
you
cracked,
say
broken,
mud
or missing.
flaps, can you-
Properly secured.
when you talk about your mud flaps, can you just say no higher than 4 inches off the ground?
Okay. Mud flap, yeah.
You just say properly if you like forget. It's another acceptable one for the
And then what did you know it now?
Yeah, I know.
Easy, huh?
It's same over.
Same part.
Same with the
Now, I have a question right for you. Now, when you're talking, when you come up off right here, when you come off of this tire, you bring it under like this. You talk about your crossbars and your deck at the same time.
This one no say when
The deck's
What
not
is
bent,
that?
cracked, broken,
That's
missing. It's
an
securely mounted.
apron. The
Well,
apron?
no, the apron's
No
right
sunshine?
here.
Oh, wait.
Your apron's right here. I'm talking about your deck.
That's the trailer bed.
Yeah, the trailer bed and the cross members.
Yeah. This is the frame. The frame and the cross members.
Yeah, the cross members.
They're
right
both
here.
not bent, dent, broken,
Okay.
not missing. I'll check all my cross members like I did this one.
Okay. But we don't talk about the actual bed.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
My trailer bed
My trailer bed.
is not cracked, broken, or damaged, securely mounted.
And no slats missing.
Whatever you want to add.
Okay, whatever you want to bring, huh?
Because the DMV language is either cracked, broken, or damaged, securely mounted, or not bent, dent, broken, not missing, and securely mounted.
Securely mounted. Okay, so you say so. Boom, boom.
And then your door, you don't want to forget that reflector inside the door. It's a little red reflector inside.
My handle works.
Yep.
Bent, dent, broken, cracked.
Easy.
Bent, dent, broken, cracked.
My handle easy opens, easy closes.
Easy open, easy close.
You see that reflector when you open it?
Now, do you want to hit the reflector at the end, right? As you're coming out
Yep,
of it.
however you move,
So
however
you
you,
want to do your seal first.
as long as you complete
then
everything.
you bring in your door mounts.
Those are
properly
hinges. My
lubricated.
hinges are not bent, dent, broken, not missing. Properly what?
Oh, that's what he said. Oh, hinge it, okay?
Properly lubricated.
Yes, this is properly lubricated.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Window.
My
door-
indoor handle properly opens and closes the door. That window goes up electronically, and that reflector right there. Not cracked, broken, or damaged, securely mounted, clean, clear, and working at all times. And then when you close that door, you can bundle the stairs and the catwalk together.
Right.
My stairs and my catwalk, they're both not bent, dent, broken, securely mounted, no oil, no obstructions on it, so we won't slip and fall. And then you can go to your
Boom, then
field.
you do your fuel
Yep.
cell.
Not bent, dent, broken, not missing, securely mounted, and not leaking. You guys are welcome to jump in whenever you
There's no
like.
abrasion bubbles cuts on my line.
Crack broken.
Yep.
And then you bring it. Then you go to the depth
cap
chain.
is
Oh,
where
and
I
you got
would-
the chain.
Yep, the cap is where I would what?
Service.
Service it. There's a chain on the inside at all times. And it's not leaking. It's not cracked, broken, or damaged, or not bent, dent, broken, not missing, securely mounted, not leaking. My field line,
There's no
Not
abrasions, bubbles,
frayed.
or cuts.
not frayed,
Not
cut,
frayed.
or spliced, and it's securely mounted.
Can you use
If you talk about your what is
So,
that, field
bucket?
tank, securely mounted by the bracket
to the frame?
bracket mounts to the front. Not bent, dent, broken, not missing, and securely mounted.
Now from there, you would say I would.
I'll check my depth tank like I
Yes,
did my field tank.
Right.
That way you got that out the way.
Bam.
And then either you can start with your valves, your locking mechanism, or you could just move inside of there. And you know, DMV, what the heck was that? The DMV language looked like something flew. The DMV language, not bent, dent, broken, not missing, securely mounted, and not leaking for our valves.
Anything to do with air or fuel or liquid, not leaking.
The way I memorize it is anything rubber is no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. Anything plastic, not cracked, broken, or damaged. And then anything metal, dented, broken, damaged, or missing. So it's like metal, plastic, rubber.
No, wait, no,
That's a wire.
Yeah.
So that's not frayed,
Cut, sliced, or
So
no,
all wires
cut, sliced.
frayed.
Yep,
so
that's
all
the
Yeah,
wires
yeah,
not
no.
frayed,
The
cut,
green
sliced.
is electrical, the blue is service, and the red is always emergency. Yep, see our locking mechanism from the trailer to the tractor to the trailer, they're both not bent, dent, broken, not missing, with what? A safety
With the safety latch
latch in place.
Oh, safety latch.
the safety latch in place.
And then there go the glad hands.
Boom, go to my glad has not been cracked, broken, or missing. Securely mounted.
Sorry.
I would check my glad hands,
Ain't the first
rubber
time
seal.
The rubber seal, no
Make sure there's
abrasions,
no-
bubbles, or cuts.
And make sure there's no obstructions in the airlines.
Properly seated. I'll check that glad hand and this rubber seal like I did this glad hand and that rubber seal.
So you just cover one and then you just kind of go back and you
Yeah.
just bring that in as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So you. My
Then
glad,
you want to say, I'm gonna make sure my emergency, my service line, and my electrical line are not touching the catwalk and not pinched or tangled. Okay, and then when we go on the inside, it's covered, but
your
it's
axle,
all in your mind. You know your parts.
Your cross
my
member.
drive line, not bent, dent, broken, not missing, nothing wrapped around it. There you go. My U joints. DMV language, properly greased.
Not bent, dent, broken, or missing. Properly mounted and properly greased.
Good. And then one more thing.
Your cross member.
The exhaust from the header to the tail.
Mm-hmm.
Not
bent,
bent, dent, broken,
broken,
not missing, securely mounted, no
and
carbon soot,
buildup.
and no carbon buildup, indicating what?
There's a leak.
Boom.
No hole.
Mm-hmm.
So the exhaust is hiding here. So we're looking at things that are hiding right now. We just gotta put them
And
in
then our
mind.
frame and our cross member,
You're
they're
next.
both
Not me. You're
the
next.
cross member and the frame, they're both not bent, dent, broken, not missing, securely mounted, no aftermarket holes, and no
welds.
welding holes. Yep. And then here go our
I tell you, I'm dreaming this stuff now at
That's-
night. I wake up, I'm like, I just gotta walk away.
Splash
Good.
guard.
No, you're-
The splash guard's not bent, dent, broken, not missing. It's securely mounted to the splash guard mounting bracket. Or you could just say securely mounted. If you go to extra mile, securely mounted to the splash guard mounting bracket. And it is bent, but it's still in working condition.
Properly distanced from the tire or from the ground.
Yeah, properly distanced from the tire to the splash guard. That way you can make your turns properly. And then there's a spring mount behind this broken piece.
The spring mount.
Yep, the spring mount,
with
the
s-
bushing,
with the bushing with the spring.
and then the leaf spring, and then behind the tire, you know your parts. So those are 2 U-bolts and what else? Shock absorber.
Yeah, the 2 U-bolts, the shock absorber.
That brake chamber is over there. So that means there's a brake chamber hose.
And the ABS line.
Boom.
Slack adjuster, and rod.
I'll check all of them like I did up there.
But you have to mention each and every one of them, correct?
If you get A and B, right now at the DMV, we're gonna have to do A, B, and C. That's what they're training now. So be
Oh,
all
you gotta do
of them.
now?
Yep.
They're not just picking them?
Yes, they're changing it up.
Training new people.
Yes. So basically, you're gonna name all those like we just did and say I'm gonna check them all like I did up there in firewall A. And then your tires from
inside to
from
outside.
it starts on the outside.
From inside to outside.
The outside, the inside, the inside, the outside, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. These can be what?
Recapped.
These
and
can
mismatched.
be mixed match. Good.
And no less than 2 seconds on the tread depth.
Good.
Yep. You bring it back
Properly
around.
spaced from each other.
So we get 3 points when we talk about the what?
Depth.
Air pressure.
Pressure gauge. Yep.
The pressure gauge.
Pressure
because you have
gauge.
your
And you use it in a sentence any way you like. Long as they hear that air pressure gauge, you in. I'm gonna use my air pressure gauge to check what my air.
Yeah, between 90 to 120 psi.
90 to 120 psi.
Unless specified by the manufacturer.
Good. Or you can use your own words and say, unless it says differently on the tire.
To run through, you know, from inside to go ahead.
Evenly what?
Evenly worn across.
Evenly worn. And then what else is next?
Your rim, your lug nuts,
The
your
rim.
oil cap, or your oil.
I'll
seal
check
cap.
this rim, this valve stem, that rim, that valve stem, like I did up there. I'll check those lug nuts like I did up there. This is an axle seal. It's not bent, dent, broken, not missing. It's securely mounted. To service it, I would remove this cap. That's an axle seal.
The lug nuts have no rust or shiny threads.
Mhm.
All of them are present.
Yep, rust, no shiny threads.
Indicate.
And then you add the DMV language, not bent, dent, broken, not missing. Yep, securely mounted. Okay, good job.
See you tomorrow.
And then what do we say about this mud splash?
No abrasions, bubbles, bulges,
There's no
cuts.
raised bubbles, cuts, or,
Uh-huh.
It looks like the frame.
and 4 inches
Properly
from the ground.
distance from the ground, even though that one isn't.
So-
and from the top.
So now we could say properly distanced from the ground up to the mud splash, or properly distanced from the tire to the mud splash, or you could use the numbers. What's the numbers for what?
4 inches.
4 inches.
4 inches from the ground
Ground
up, and then properly distanced from the tire to the mud splash. Oh, look at that. The airbag.
Airbag.
That one, remember it's kind of rubber, so the
There's no
material.
abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. It's fully aired up and properly securely mounted from bolts right there on top and bottom.
And
That's-
it's not leaking.
The airbag, no abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. It's not deflated. It's not leaking. It's securely mounted to the airbag mounts on the top and bottom. The airbag mounts on the top and bottom are not bent, dent, broken, not missing. It's securely mounted.
And then my dually tires, there are no obstructions or
In
anything
between.
stuck in between the tires.
Oh,
Tires are
yeah.
untouched.
Forgot about that.
Yes, properly not touching or properly distanced from each other. No trash, no debris in between the tires. Good. What else? Oh.
Talk about that fifth wheel.
Our lights are red to the back. They're not. If you hit it with a hammer, is it gonna crack or bend?
It's gonna crack.
So not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's securely mounted, clean and clear, and working at all times. Yes.
Did you guys already talk about the fifth wheel or not?
No. Would you like to?
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay.
nothing missing. My fifth wheel plate is not bent, dent, cracked, or broken. Properly greased and secured. My pintle. Oh my god.
Was that release handle or?
No. My locking jaws are locked into the. What is that thing called?
Kingpin.
It's
Into my kingpin.
Yeah.
And then my release handle is secured and is not bent, cracked, or broken. You have your fifth wheel mounting bolts, fifth wheel mounting plate, and then was that the fifth wheel bracket, right?
So our mounting bracket, our mounting bolts, and our platform, they're all not bent, dent, broken, not missing, securely mounted. That way we getting 3 out the way with one
About that.
DMV language.
What is that called?
Which one?
Right here, I just called this out.
Is that the pin that you pointed at, or the fifth wheel? Yeah, that's a locking pin, not bent, dent, broken, not missing, and it's securely mounted. That's the release handle.
Your safety on.
It's not bent, dent, broken, not missing,
And this is the plate.
safely engaged, and what else?
And locked in place.
Locked in place.
Not locked in place.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You'll be looking in your rearview mirror.
Man, it'd be all
You'll
bad.
feel something. Boom, boom.
You'll be sitting at a flying J with your shit on the ground. I was watching some videos, man. They were actually didn't pull away, and then somebody pulled this shit, dropped it on trail right on the spot. I was like, damn.
So the C gets easier when we get to our C, because we have a lot of parts that are very familiar, which is over there in the third, between the third wheel and the back by your hub axle seal. Hub axle seal in the back. This is the axle. Then the front tire, this is the hub oil seal. Yeah.